We know that instrument, the Quora, and I'm sure that you now know that we are doing revision on the African instruments. So let's see how he plays that Quora. I can hear the strings, and he uses his thumbs to pluck the strings. So the instruments that we have to go through this week and next week, the mbira we know, and we know that it's a pitched instrument because it plays a note that I can sing. I play it with my thumbs and I hear metal, so it is the finger piano. Then the xylophone we know is made from wood, and I play it with mallets or sticks, and it also has notes. The rattle is a shaker, so I shake it. It's a percussion instrument. The Quora is the one that you saw now. So I press down and then I pluck strings. Now we have the hourglass drum. It's the talking drum with the two heads. We have the double bell, percussion instrument, or the cowbell, and it sounds metally like a gong. And the djembe drum we know from the African drum. We play it with both hands. Now, where do we hear music in the African tradition? All the arts form a vital part in everyday life and give social and tribal groups a sense of pride in their own identity. It accompanies traditional dances, traditional ceremonies, storytelling, and preserving the particular culture and tradition of the group, conveying messages via the talking drums, group activities and social activities. Each special event in the life of a person's life, I have music. Physical work, church music to praise God, teaching children different values, punishment songs, teaching the facts of life and the roles of men and women in family life, to sing away their troubles and to show unity in times of trouble. Now there we see the xylophones, the marimbas, and we have a djembe drum in the front. And we hear how important rhythm is. Now there we see the hourglass drum, and we hear how they harmonize. And you can definitely hear that this is African. Lots of syncopation of beats. Here we have a shaker. It's like a rain stick. It's got pebbles in the instrument that is shaken around. So we have instrumental pieces and then they sing in between as well. And it's ostinato patterns. It's repeated the whole time. The same pattern I hear. There I have call and response. I have 10 African music terms that I always use in a question paper. Why do you say that this is African music? Ostinato, pattern that I hear that repeats. Cross rhythm is the effect when you have two conflicting rhythms together. The one group plays this rhythm, the other group plays another rhythm, and it clashes. Timeline is the double bell or the single bell puts in a timeline. Percussion, I hear the percussion. The African melody is actually a very small range. You hear them singing heterophonically. They sing the same melody, but they all have their own style. Glissando, I glide from the one note to the other. Choral work, you hear there, I have a male choir singing there. And we know that the music from Sub-Sahara is different from the ones that we have at the north of Africa. Vocal percussion. Okay, sometimes they just make sounds without the actual words. Okay, the music is usually oral tradition, it's not written down, and you can hear that they're specialists the way that they play their instruments. The bigger the drummers, the lower the sound is. The tighter the skin, the higher it is. Now there we saw the djembe drum. It's carved from a hollow trunk, covered with a goat skin and shaped like a large goblet and played with bare hands. The talking drums, we also saw that one with the two heads. Style of drum playing that imitates the rhythm and intonation of speech. Cross rhythms or polyrhythms, I have two different rhythms in the same group. Timeline, short repeated rhythm clapped or played by a single or double bell. The master drummer, he leads the drum ensemble. The Quora we also saw today, long-necked African harp, and it's usually to accompany praise songs and plays complicated melodic music at speed. The xylophones we just saw, made out of wood. The mbira is from Zimbabwe, you all know that. Little piano style, and it sounds metally. And the singing and the songs, the pitch of the speaking voice helps to determine the meaning of the words. Okay, they split into verses, that is very important, the call and response. Leader sings a line and is answered by the chorus. The chorus usually remains the same and the solo is improvised. Sometimes overlapping that the lead singer is still busy and then the chorus already starts. Melodies are usually organized within a scale of 4 to 7 notes. Stepwise small intervals. They use the same pattern over and over, and they can have slides, slurs, whistle, yodels and swoops. Now Africa is massive, so we're just going to go through the most important things in Africa. Okay? Music is very, very active in the African society. Everybody joins in. You will even hear the audiences join in. Okay? Music plays an important role. It's an oral tradition and it's functional. Okay? Rhythm is the most important feature of African music. Rhythm is often syncopated. You have different layers of rhythms, polyrhythm. The master drummer controls the tempo. Performances often start with a call and response intro. Okay, pentatonic, not a wide range of notes, maybe sometimes only 5 notes. Heterophonic, they all sing the same melody, but on their own style. Ostinato patterns, repetitive. We have the call and response, pentatonic scale, syncopated rhythms. They sing in fourths or fifths. Glissando, cross rhythm, syncopated, ostinato pattern that repeats and doesn't change. And the timeline, the short repeated rhythm, often played by a single or a double bell. So those are things that we know. Okay, and there we just go through the instruments again. The drums, we know, you can just read that part there. The djembe, the talking drum, they play polyrhythms, okay, with sticks. Okay, we have shakers, bells, wood blocks, cowbells, xylophones, we know now. They can't play long notes, so the sound is not sustained, and that is why they play lots of notes. They play difficult rhythms, they play an ostinato pattern. The thumb piano, the mbira, Okay, you know exactly how that looks. The Quora. Okay. Now this is now a Baroque piece. Bach played on the beerus. So you can hear that it sounds metally. I can hear the metally sound, and I can hear it's an African instrument, because we don't have a lot of instruments sounding like that. So I want you to make sure that you go through your African papers. You will see the African music revision. All these things that I'm scrolling down now, if you want to stop the video, just go through everything that and read. So stop it there that you can read what's on the screen if you don't have your music with you. You see the instruments there, the balafon, the djembe, the bell, the kora, the drum. Ramke we're not doing kalimba is the mbira. Okay, the drums, we know the djembe drums. Read how they make the drums. Okay. Okay. They played with sticks or with hands. Okay, it imitates the speech. There I have the talking drum, the bass drum, drum ensembles, a group of them playing very complex rhythms. That is the polyrhythm that we talked about. The master drummer. You see that interlocking I also had with gamelan music. Polyrhythmic patterns, cross rhythms. Okay, polyrhythms we have done. Timelines we've just went through on this video as well. Traditional African instruments, the string instrument, we have the kora there that you know. We have flutes that can be made out of bamboo, horns and trumpets, reed pipes. Okay, we have the mbira, okay, the balafon, it's a xylophone, okay, and we know the singing, they like call and response, and that we always sing. Every occasion we have lullabies, play songs, birthdays, marriages, funerals, religious, political and tribal occasions we sing. Okay, I'm sure that you really know your African music. It can be accompanied, it can be unaccompanied, duos, choruses, okay, a cappella singing. Songs are usually either strophic or in call and response. Okay, call and response, we know the leader sings a line and then the chorus answers. Okay, so we're going to have the Star and the Wise One. We're going to listen to that one also this week. I'm going to add the YouTube video. Okay, they use glissando, okay, slurs, whistle, yodel, swoops, and a type of sound such as raspy and buzzy quality. It's not a lot of the melodies usually only use a few notes. Okay, and that's the old work that we have done. So I think you have a very good idea now of what you need to go through this week.